Hey guys, welcome to my vlog for the Irish Readathon. Today's Sunday, the 1st of March, so the Irish Readathon has officially started. And it's only 12:15, like midday, and I've already finished my first book for the Readathon, which is awesome. And so I was driving down from Germany, I just arrived back home, and I was up in Germany for a dance show last night, so I was driving back down here, which usually takes about 2.5 hours, 2 hours, and I thought, hey, that's awesome, I'll just use that time to listen to my first audiobook and so I listened to A Woman of No Importance by Oscar Wilde, which is a play, and I guess that's why it's so short. So the audiobook was only 1.5 hour long, so it fitted perfectly into my driving schedule today. And I've got to tell you, I've had a really good time. I had a great drive with that audiobook. I really enjoyed it. It was thoroughly funny. I haven't read Oscar Wilde in way too long, and I've just realised how much I love him, actually. He is just so witty and funny, and I love his language and basically everything about him. Turns out he's also queer. I didn't actually know that. So this book has fulfilled 2 challenges. One, to read a queer author, and the other one I've forgotten right now. I honestly don't remember. It did fulfill another challenge. Anyway, so I read my Oscar Wilde play, and it was so funny. I was a bit worried about listening to it on audiobook because I thought I would get the characters messed up in my head, but it was a full cast audiobook, so the voice actors for every role, and the actors were really good. I just loved the British accents. And so that was good fun to just listen to that. And the story itself, it's not actually about much. I guess it's about the mother and her son and their family dynamics, but on a different level, it's just about English society, and I guess also gender roles and gender stereotypes are a theme that go throughout the play, as it's about people talking about marriage and stuff. And yeah, it was really good, and it was, in some way, I guess it's critical of that kind of society, of English society at the time. And there's an American girl in the story who keeps telling the English people that they're weird and then something's off with them. And I mean, not that the Americans are, but yeah. So I just really like that dynamic where you have this cultural clash between the American character and the English characters. That was really fun. And yeah, I just really enjoyed the dynamics between the people in this play, and I guess that's basically what it's all about. So I really don't know why I haven't read Oscar Wilde in so long. He's so amazing, and I really feel like reading more of him now. But anyway, okay, so as I said, I just got home from Germany. Now I need to unpack my messy car and you just settle in back home. But since it's only midday now, I might have time to read some more, to start a physical book this afternoon. I am not really sure about what I'm going to pick up first. Right now I'm thinking maybe Colm Toibin, just because I haven't read him in forever. But I'm really tired as well, so maybe I'm going to go for something a bit lighter, or but yeah, don't really know. Maybe Louise O'Neill. I really don't know. Anyway, I see what mood I'm in later, and I'll update you guys once I've made a choice. Bye bye. Good morning. It is Tuesday today, so this means it's day 4 of the Irish Readathon. Last time I talked to you on Saturday. I have picked up a book since, and it's House of Names by Colm Toibin that I chose. I wasn't quite sure what to go for, and then I just went for the shortest one because, at the beginning of a readathon I always like to get some good progress done. That makes me feel good about myself. So I didn't choose a long book, but rather a short one. This one has 260 pages, and I'm really flying through it. I'm already halfway through, and what shall I say? It really isn't what I was expecting. I was expecting something totally different, because the two books that I've read by this author, which were Tara Webster and Brooklyn, they're so different from this one. Like Colm Toibin, the books I knew before, he tends to write these really slow-moving, calm kind of character study type books, which I love. This one is not that at all. It is basically, I feel a bit like I'm reading Game of Thrones. It's so action-packed and fast-paced, and like there's murders and death and wars, and there's so much going on, which is just really, really not what I was expecting from Colm Toibin. But I love it. I'm absolutely in love with this book. It is so gripping. I mean, I don't want to say that his other books aren't gripping, because he has just amazing characters, and I always love his characters. But this one is like characters plus action, and I just love it so much. It is, I guess you could call it a retelling from Greek mythology. The main characters are Clytemnestra, Electra, Iphigenia, and Orestes. So these are all people from Greek mythology. I don't, even though I had to learn it in school, I don't exactly remember their story, like their original story, so I can't really say if this is like a close retelling or just using the same characters. So what happens is there's the father, Agamemnon, so the father is Agamemnon, and this is not spoiling because it's in the blurb and it happens on like the first page. The father orders for his daughter Iphigenia to be sacrificed, so they basically just murder her in order for the winds to change so they can sail to battle. And they do that. As I said, it happens on the first page, so that was shocking. And then he goes off to war, and when he comes back, his wife, Clytemnestra, is obviously so incredibly mad with him, and she doesn't understand why he did what he did. And it all kind of goes from there. Like, she plans her revenge, doing stuff, and then that influences the kids, Electra and Orestes, so they like have to go on their own journey. And yeah, it's really action-packed and awesome, and so far a lot has happened. The first this part, I don't know, might be about a quarter, is told from Electra's, Clytemnestra's perspective, the mother, who reminisces what happened after her daughter was killed. And then a huge chunk of it, which I've just read last night, is Orestes' perspective, and he's basically being kidnapped, and then he has to go away, and it's his whole story of being not home. And I've really, really enjoyed Orestes' part. There is a tiny hint, it's really subtle, but it is there. There's a hint at like a gay romance, and it's totally not a driving plot device or anything. It's just there in a very subtle way, and I really enjoyed that. However, there is one scene which I absolutely hated, because Orestes and his friends, they go off and they kill some dogs, and that was really the reason they kill the dogs is fine. They basically do it to survive, but I hated that scene. And Colm Toibin's language in this book is very on point, I would say, and then reading this scene was just so painful, and so I struggled with that a little bit, but I'm still loving this book. Basically what I want to do is just stay here and finish this book, because it's a very fast and easy read. Not quite what I was expecting, really, but it's awesome. I totally love it, but unfortunately I can't stay here right now because it's 9:30 and I have a gynecologist's appointment at 11, so I need to make some breakfast now and then get going. And when I return, I have a lot of work to do, and I have to cook dinner, So I'm not really sure. I might only be able to read later tonight in bed, and I'm probably not going to finish it, but I might be finishing it tomorrow, because tomorrow I've got a day off and there might be some time to finish this thing, because I love it and want to know how it ends. Yeah, okay, so I'm off to my doctor's appointment now. Talk to you later. Hey guys, and welcome to my kitchen. So today's Wednesday. I've just returned from my spinning class, hence the sweaty look, and I've been grocery shopping, and now it's lunchtime, so I'm just making myself some lunch right now. I'm here to make some salad dressing, and I thought in the meantime I could talk to you guys, because I have finished House of Names last night, and yeah, I really want to talk to you guys about it. As I've already said in my last clip, I fell head over heels for this book. I really loved it. Like from page 1, the opening was grand, and it went on just as great as it started, and I'm still 100% in love with this book. I gave it 5 stars. So I've had a wonderful time reading it. Yesterday night I read I read half of the book last night in just one sitting, because it was just so gripping and I couldn't put it down, which, as I've already told you guys, was totally not what I was expecting, because it's really not what I've been used to from Colm Toibin so far. But it seems like apparently he does these types of books, like the fast-paced, action-packed ones, just as well. I just need to do my seasoning right now, and I need to count, so hang on a second. Okay, so having said that, I must say that I'm not sure if I told you before, the book's told from 3 perspectives. We get Clytemnestra, the mother, Electra, the daughter that is still alive, and Orestes, the youngest son. And I have to say that Orestes' perspective was my favorite, which is weird, because I read some reviews and watched some booktube videos, and everybody kept saying that like the book was great, except for Orestes' like musings and wanderings, and I completely disagree. I loved Orestes' perspective. So what is weird about it is that the women's perspective, Clytemnestra and Electra, they're told in first person, but Orestes is told in third person, so at first it feels like, as a reader, you're a bit more distant to him because of the third person narration. But like, having read the book to the end, that is just brilliant. It's a brilliant narrative choice, because it kind of mirrors what happens in the book as well. Now, I don't want to spoil it for you guys, but I'm gonna say this: Orestes is a bit like, you might call him the outcast of the family. He's the one who always, because he's the youngest, he always feels like he doesn't quite belong, and is always overlooked. And so I think that this third person narration really like fitted his character, and it made me like him and care for him even more because of it. What I didn't like was Electra's perspective. I mean, I disliked Electra in general, but her perspective was just like well, I was lucky because she only got one small chapter, so it was basically just a few pages of her, which I'm thankful for. But yeah, Orestes really is the one who made the story come alive to me, and I think he's the most human. Like, these people in this story, they do terrible acts. They're basically all murderers and doing really hard-hitting stuff. But through it all, Orestes is the one who like stays the most human, and yeah, I just loved him. I also loved the glimpse of a tiny gay romance, which I've already mentioned. That was really cute and adorable, and yeah, I just really fell for him. Yeah. But other than that, like, as always in Colm Toibin's book, the writing is absolutely brilliant. It is very calm compared to the actual plot. Like, a lot is going on in the plot, but he, with his writing, manages to keep this very calm and simple atmosphere. And he's a master of choosing exactly the right words without having to use too many words and then like making it really wordy and awkward. So he's a beautiful writer, and he showed what he can do really well in this book. So I would say that my start to the Irish Readathon was pretty successful. I really wasn't expecting to like this book as much as I did, so now I'm kind of afraid that it's going to be like beginner's luck, and then the rest of the month is going to go downhill. But let's hope it doesn't. And yeah, I'm hoping that I'm going to be able to pick up the next book this afternoon. I'm going to play billiard with some friends, but I have a few hours until then, so I might start my second book, third book actually. I forgot about A Woman of No Importance. I am not entirely sure. For some reason, I feel like The Wonder by Emma Donoghue is going to be the book it's going to take me the longest, not only because it's long, but I don't know, it's just one of these books that's been sitting on my shelves for ages. And I've never felt quite inclined to read it, so I think I'm going to push that one off to the end. And so I'll probably be chomping into Almost Love by Louise O'Neill, because I know Louise O'Neill, I loved asking for it, and I know this one's really different because it's not young adult, but yeah, I still think it's going to be great. I've heard really good things about it, so. Okay, so that was the end of my gush about House of Names, and here is my dressing. Have a look at this beautiful dressing. So now I'm all ready to sit down and have my salad, and as I said, we'll be going to play billiard later, and then I have the dance class, so I won't talk to you anymore today. Tomorrow I have school, so I'm not sure either whether I'm going to make it, but we'll see. I just hope I can start reading my next book today. Bye guys! So, I have picked up Almost Love by Louise O'Neill, and yeah, what shall I say? I'm on page, I don't know, maybe 50 or so, and the very thing that I was expecting to happen happened, which is that I was so incredibly invested in the other book I read, House of Names, that I'm kind of struggling to connect to this new book now. And I'm not sure whether it's because I read the other book before, or whether it's because of how Almost Love is so far. And I'm not trying to say that it's bad, I think it's quite okay. I'm just having a hard time connecting to the character, the main character. I don't even remember her name. Oh, Sarah, wow. I do remember the name now. Anyway, so I'm just struggling a little bit to connect to Sarah, and I can't really tell you why. But hey, I mean, I'm only on page 50, so I should be fine. I think, or what I wasn't expecting was for there to be a dual timeline. The chapters are alternating between then and now, and the actual action, or the thing that the blurb talks about, like the abusive relationship and all of that stuff, is in the past. And what I wasn't expecting was for there to be a present perspective for Sarah, and that kind of confused me because now there's two boyfriends. Yeah, so I don't know, I struggled a little bit on the first few pages of this book, but hey, yeah, I guess if I just continue on and like try to be a bit more engaged, it should be fine. Like it really isn't bad. It's just compared to House of Names, on House of Names I was like, I read page 1 and I was like, oh my god, I love this so much. Now I'm a bit like, not sure yet. But yeah, I'm still hopeful, and I guess it will be fine. I just maybe I just need to delete my attachment to House of Names because it is so strong and I feel like it's overarching other things. But anyway, maybe the good thing is, now since it's Friday today, I'm going to be out dancing all day tomorrow. And by all day, I mean literally all day. I'm gonna leave at about 7:30 and then be back 12 hours later. And I'll probably not read anything other than my audiobook tomorrow. And on Sunday I have a birthday brunch thing going on and then some more training. So I'm guessing I'm not really going to read much this weekend. But maybe that's what I need. Maybe I need like a little bit of a break to detach myself from House of Names. So then when I start reading again next week, I can like focus on Sarah's story properly and then try and get immersed into that one a bit more. Yeah, whatever, struggles of a reader. That's what happens when you like fall in love with a book this hard. Yeah, well, anyway. I'm gonna leave you guys alone now. I'm not sure whether I should. I'm waiting for my boyfriend to come home. I'm not sure if I should read for 20 minutes or write for 20 minutes. They're both things I really want to do. And since I've kind of got a new project on my mind, I think I might be wanting to write for a little while. And yeah, maybe I really need like this break from this book right now, so I can fully immerse myself again on Monday. Let's hope for that. Wish me luck. See you then. Hey guys, so we're in the kitchen again. It is Tuesday today, so it's been a while since I've talked to you. I think that was on Friday. This is the second week of the Irish Readathon, and as you know, I've started Louise O'Neill's book, Almost Love. Now, I want to update you guys on this. I am about 3/4 of the way through now, and still struggling a little bit to connect with the main character, but I don't know, I feel like it's kind of supposed to be this way. I feel like I've connected to the book, not necessarily to the character, but I am feeling much better about the book in general than I was on Friday. And yeah, so it's really, it's a weird book. In some ways you can't put it down, but at the same time it's so painful and terrible to read, and I feel like I don't want to read more, but I kind of have to. I guess that's the feeling I'm having. And I must say Sarah is a really annoying character. I really don't like her, and at the same time I feel so sorry for her. I mean, she's in this abusive relationship and she seems to have no agency at all, and all she ever does is just, I don't know, be a jerk to everyone, and she treats everybody like shit except for Matthew because she's so in love, but everybody else, like her best friends, her later boyfriend, her father, her friends, she just treats them like absolute shit, and it's making me so angry and annoyed at her, and she just doesn't seem to be able to stand up for herself, and she's always like lolling around in her self-pity, and it really is annoying me. And still I want to keep on reading, and I want to see where all of this is going. Yeah, not sure if that kind of rant, I guess, gave you anything, but yeah, I'm hoping I'll be able to finish the book tonight, and I'll update you guys tomorrow on my like final feelings. Right now I'm annoyed but somehow fascinated. I don't really know. Yeah, so these are my current feelings on Almost Love. See you again soon, guys. Okay guys, I have finished Almost Love this morning, and the ending was weird, unexpected. For some reason I thought that there would be like 20 or so more pages, but then that was only the epilogue. So when I read the last sentence and then I turned the page, I was like, huh? Was it finished now? So I don't know, the ending was a bit unexpected for me, and I don't really know what to say. I don't have much to add to what I said yesterday. The ending didn't like flip my opinion of the book on its head. I'm still honestly, it's not my favorite book. It's not a bad book at all. It's just I've had real trouble connecting to Sarah, and maybe that's the way it's meant to be, because she does terrible things and she's really not taking care of herself, and she's not the best example of like a young woman and how a young woman should lead her life, especially her love life. Sarah is not the best example of that, which I guess is intended, and her story is an important one, and I'm sure that young women can learn a lot from this, because it makes it very obvious how abusive this relationship really is, and how it also makes it obvious how Sarah, she keeps saying herself, oh, how could I be complicit? How could I let that happen? And I guess it does illustrate this kind of powerless situation really well. I complained earlier that Sarah had no agency, which is true, and I guess that's the problem really, because if she had, she wouldn't have let that happen to her, so that's kind of the point. But it was just so painful to read, and it yeah, so this is not an enjoyable read. It's an important read, I guess, but yeah, well, not my favorite one. I think this story could have been told in a way that would have made me it's not even like I didn't sympathize with Sarah. She just made me so angry at the same time that I couldn't quite take my emotions seriously about like being sympathetic with her, but then at the same time wanting to shake her and to hit her on her head, to like tell her, oh, girl, why are you doing this? It just it made me really angry. Well, but I do like a book that makes me feel some emotions, so that's good, I guess. Anyway, not my favorite book ever, but an important book nonetheless, I guess. I gave it 3 stars on my Goodreads. I'm heading into town now to see some friends and have a lovely dinner. And I have decided to end this vlog here, because it's already, I think, like 20 minutes long. I've started editing the earlier parts. So I'm going to end it here. It is only the 11th of March, I believe. But I'm not going to do much reading in the next few days. So I'm going to have kind of a break. And then I'll start reading again next week. And I'm going to start the second part for this vlog for the Irish Readathon. I've chosen Spellbook of the Lost and Found as my next book. I wasn't sure if I should read The Wonder or Spellbook of the Lost and Found. And for some reason I don't feel like reading any more contemporary right now, and Spellbook of the Lost and Found is, I don't even know what genre it is, but it's a bit more, it's not like a contemporary romance kind of thing, so I just felt more like that, and I'll see how I like it. Alright guys, thanks so much for watching. I'll see you again soon. Bye!